Kick it
Or
off.
would you like to kick it off and serenade us in?
You can be like Elias. Hi, my name is Eli Roth.
Hello, and welcome to the SlapDuck podcast. My name is George Gessie, aka Guitar Boy Number 1. I ruined that, but whatever.
My name is Luka and Guitar Boy number 3.
Hi, I'm Sully Iqbal, aka case holder for Guitar Boy number 1.
And there you go.
Yeah.
Hey, now we're here.
Welcome to the SlapDuck podcast.
Pleasure to meet you all. It's been a while.
No,
Maybe.
it's been so many days between meeting.
Quite a...
Possibly 7.
Yeah,
Maybe
I,
7.
Like last time I wore my pink jumper.
Unless
now
you-
I'm wearing my lilac one.
Oh, unless you live on Jupiter and your days are a lot longer.
Jupiter Ascending.
Oh, that's a good film.
Is it?
No,
Is it a
it's
good
not.
film?
I was
No.
just... I just like to be happy and make people happy.
I don't.
Oh.
I'm in the middle. Sometimes not.
But
Sometimes you don't need to be happy. Other times you really should be happy. And then
My favorite way to make sure that people are happy is to let them know that they can listen to this podcast on anywhere you can find good podcasts, like SoundCloud, Spotify, iTunes, Acast. You know what? Maybe even Google Play. We're actually not on Google Play, so don't look for us there.
Oh.
well, now you
And-
promise that you
No,
got to do it.
Google
Sully.
Play's thing's rubbish. And
Oh.
most
Oh.
importantly,
Shots fired.
in my opinion, because there are loyalist to most amazing fans, the tune in at 8 p.m. GMT at radiohaver.com every Tuesday for some SlapDuck goodness.
Goodness. SlapDuck goodness.
Oh, Sully's doing the hair flick.
Oh,
It's in my
yeah,
eyes.
you
He's
guys
got
can't
that
see
boy
it.
band hair now.
It's in my eyes, yeah. It's well long now. My mum
It's almost
tells
down
me
to his
off.
butt now.
Ah,
You guys can't see it, but we
the
can.
only thing I
yeah,
like
yeah.
in my butt is Oreos.
Okay.
Uh.
Right.
Anyway,
Speaking of Oreos, the other day we no, when we went
yeah,
to
you missed- oh, you were there.
yeah, we went to the Blues
Who
Kitchen. We
missed
got
it?
those deep fried Oreos. I've never had like a deep fried treat before.
You've never had a deep fried treat?
No, you know, like deep fried Mars bars or
Fucking
deep fried like
lit.
candy. Never had that.
Never
So
had
this
it.
was the first time, and it was amazing. It
Yeah.
tasted kind of like a churro
Yeah.
meets
Yeah.
a cookie, and it was amazing.
Churro.
Like, I've had churros before, so I
Churro,
guess that's
if you
in
will.
theory a deep fried treat. But I've never had like a cookie deep fried. It's always just been like batter deep fried.
Fair.
Or fish. deep
And,
fried.
I
Yeah.
would definitely fucking recommend it. It was some good shit.
It was really nice,
Mm.
and the whole sentiment of it was even better.
Yeah.
The fact that we
Got it
didn't-
for her birthday.
We didn't,
Got those
pay- we
motherfuckers
didn't
for
pay for
free.
that shit.
No, we got it free for
That
Amy's
was good.
birthday.
It was on the house. Boy.
Shout out to the cute server
Hmm?
at Blue's Kitchen. You're cute.
You gonna
Thanks.
more? Any more?
Gonna serenade her.
No,
No.
it's rude.
Aw.
Oh,
What if she has a boyfriend? Don't want to have a fight with him.
that sounds like a lot of romance songs right there.
Yeah.
She had a man.
If I was your boyfriend,
I wanted to be her man.
Right. Okay. I'm not gonna play anymore.
I don't even know what song I'm singing. Anyway,
All right, so yeah,
let's get into the meat of the podcast.
so a couple of days ago,
How many,
Sully took me to my first wrestling show,
how many couples?
and by wrestling,
Lots.
Many couples.
and by wrestling, I mean people dressed up in kaiju costumes.
Welcome to Kaiju Big Battle in the Alexandra Palace.
Yeah, it was fucking weird, man. I mean, I really enjoyed myself, but really freaked the fuck out at the same time.
Kaiju Big Battle. What's gonna happen when Unicorn Party has to fight Double Duck Unicorn?
Yeah, so this was a fucking thing. So
This
there
sounds
was
sick.
there was lore to this thing, which like opened up with this like Star Wars
Themed cool
themed
because
kind
it was
of
on.
cool.
It was on.
It was
Star
on May
Wars
the
Day.
4th. Star Wars Day.
That makes sense.
And yeah, it was a strange one. They told like the backstory of, I guess, this unicorn army of some like or
No,
unicorn
no.
team that
Yeah.
won all the awards and went into kind of
They won all the titles.
yeah.
He won all the titles. Unicorn Party's one person.
Oh, it's unicorn. They said unicorn party. I thought there was a fucking.
Yeah, I
group
did
of
my
them.
research. He's one guy.
Oh Jesus! So yeah, unicorn
one
party won all
intergalactic
the
unicorn. I don't know if they have dogs. Though. I'd buy one.
And then he apparently retired. And there's a guy called Mr. Cube. He had like a big
Dr.
box in his him. He had basically a box with like an emoji on his fucking head.
By that's his actual head.
Yeah.
Oh shit!
Yeah,
nice.
Dr. Cube's an intergalactic being. Much like all of the wrestlers at Kaiju Big Battle.
Yeah, they're real things.
Yeah.
The one thing I did notice about this was the budget was very strangely spent.
Oh yeah.
So you had like, so there were,
Nice.
so the buildings that were in the ring were just like fucking cardboard boxes like taped together, which was fine. They were painted. It worked. Some of them looked like they might have had a bit of wood in them. Other ones didn't.
I don't know.
I don't
I
know.
was distracted.
Some of the costumes
Like
were
East
interesting.
Kinder.
There was what was he called? Like the American Beetle.
Oh, the American
Yeah.
Beetle, yeah.
So I open up with this guy in a fucking beetle outfit
But he's
with like the
Spanish.
American flag, and then he grabs the mic, starts speaking. It's fucking in Spanish, the entire thing.
He was
Nice.
he was over, man. The crowd loved him.
The crowd was. I couldn't understand a word that he said because I don't speak Spanish.
No one could.
But I think there were a few people in the room that were like burst out laughing every now and then. It's like, it must be quite funny, quite the charmer.
He's
and he
over.
gave back the microphone to like the hosts. And I think he forgot that there was another bit coming, because that's when I found out that none of them are speaking into the microphone. It's all a fucking pre-recorded thing. Because his voice started coming out and he was like, ah, and then just like put his hand in front of us, kind of like, sorry.
That's great.
That's the
man.
best part.
And from it just kind of went from there. So like his outfit looked kind of cool. He had this like beetle back to it. It reminded me of something from like Digimon.
Or the Beetleborgs.
I don't want to be a Borg.
You know what Beetle?
No.
Let me take you back.
Oh.
The Beetleborgs.
The Beetleborgs was a show on Fox Kids, I reckon.
Damn. Jetix.
It was basically a bit of a rip-off
Damn.
of the Power Rangers.
Ooh.
So they were all like kids
Power Rangers.
in suits, and they took on big beings, big kaiju monsters, and it was a good time. Thank you.
I'm looking at the
Thank you for
Beetleborgs.
that.
Yeah, they
Trip
do.
to memory
Oh
lane.
shit! I had a Beetleborgs toy.
Yeah, of course you did.
I
Have a
100%
look.
had a Beetleborgs toy.
Big bad Beetleborgs.
My mum probably thought they were
This
Power
does
Rangers.
not ring a bell to me.
My
You're
mum,
a
probably,
twat.
I just recognised
too,
one
Johnny.
of the costumes. My mum probably bought me that thinking it was a Power Ranger.
Luca, can you please pass me my coffee? Is that okay?
I can, yes.
Thank you. Very much.
And yeah, do you want to carry on with the story, young Luca?
Yeah,
Tell us about
so-
your experience at a wrestling show.
So that happened, and then a guy called Dark Unicorn or some shit like that.
Double Dark Unicorn.
Double Dark
Oh
Unicorn.
my god!
Yeah.
Is he much darker than the other one?
No, he's basically a guy in a black morph suit
Yeah.
with a bicycle helmet on his
Yeah,
head,
boy.
with two horns sticking out of it. That's the costume.
He also had like purple shoes.
Double dark is because he had two horns.
Because he had two horns
Yeah.
and he was like black. So it was basically this beetle guy in an actual costume against a guy in a fucking morph suit and a bicycle helmet, basically.
I think you're getting that slightly confused.
No.
Who he actually fought the Toucan Man.
The toucan, man.
Yeah. That's who American Beetle fought. Double Dark Unicorn.
Oh, right.
Double Dark Unicorn teamed up with Bear Power Ranger.
Yeah. Oh,
With
yeah.
Bear
I'm jumping ahead of myself here.
Yeah.
So yeah, there was a guy who was a toucan man, but he looked like a mole. But
Yeah.
he was doing the actions of like someone flying with his arms. It looks really fucking weird.
Kind
And
of
then-
like the Power Rangers movie.
Yeah. So
Nice.
that happened. They fought, and
You've got Howl Monkey.
oh the fuck yeah! So this drunk monkey.
He gave
kept
me a
coming
hug.
out throughout, because we surprisingly got fucking amazing seats where, you know, like the aisle where they kind of walk down and they got the lights. We were there. Sully was on like
oh
the
my
edge.
god!
I
that's sick.
was kind of like, I wanted to sit on the edge, but I was like, oh, but what if someone else wants to sit there? Like,
So because it was me, Sully, Julian, and his girlfriend, Gemma. I don't know if we've ever talked about them before.
Yeah.
Like Julian's been on
well,
the show.
Julian's been on the podcast.
He's a OG.
Oh, Julian.
And like we was all like
OJ
standing
Simpson.
there when we got there, and we had
Thank
these 4 seats, and we were like, "Where does everyone want to sit?" And like I could see in Sully's head, he was like, "Does anyone want to sit on the end?" And we kind of just looked at him and was kind of like, "Do you not want to sit there?" He's like, I want to sit there." And he's fucking planted himself down. We're like, "Enjoy yourself, Sully."
Yeah, because I knew.
He kept getting high fives from the people walking
man.
out.
Yes,
Fucking got
mate.
hugged by this drunk monkey
Yeah,
who was
man.
like red.
Dust Bunny gave me a high five.
Yeah. It was a weird event. So you had that little fight, that was over. Then you had another fight where this
was
like,
a tag
large
team
woman
match.
in a tutu and with a hammer came out. Like
Power Ranger.
Sure.
And the
Lit.
hammer was Mjolnir.
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 It was meant to be, but it was It was very kind
I'm
of
trying to
on
keep
the
it
nose.
kayfabe, Luca.
What the fuck is kayfabe?
Kayfabe's like the story of it, like the whole story that Double Duck Unicorn is an intergalactic being is kayfabe. It's the story. I'm trying to keep it with. I'm trying to keep kayfabe alive here.
If anyone out there is confused, you're exactly in the same boat as me because
And
it
me.
is super fucking confusing.
We'll do a wrestling podcast one day.
No, we won't.
And I'll explain.
Yes, we will.
Oh, fine,
we
we'll
can
do it one
watch
day.
Triple H vs. The Undertaker, Ed of an Era, Hell in a Cell match with Shawn Michaels, arguably the best WrestleMania match ever. I'll fucking fight you if you think it's not.
Shit.
Anyway.
Unpopular opinion?
Popular opinion. No, it's not a popular opinion.
Don't know how I feel about that.
So that happened, and then like more fights went on. So you had this, these two characters came out, and then there's another, like basically a guy in a fucking burger outfit came out. Burger Bear. So he was a hairy person, but it was just hairy person, but the top half was a fucking burger. And they were doing backflips in these fucking things.
Burger Bear was
Wow.
over as shit. Everyone
It was
loved him.
fucking mental. They were like getting on the top rope, bouncing off, flipping onto each other and stuff in these massive, like bulky outfits you couldn't see shit out of because there's like two holes and there was always like moving it to kind of have a little peek.
Yeah.
It was there's a guy came later on after because Sully had to leave a bit early because the trains were fucked up for him.
Yeah.
There's a guy
sad.
came out
Mm.
and he was called Super Potato.
Nice.
So I have pictures of Super Potato and I will show it to these guys and we will definitely post it on the Instagram for
Oh
everyone
yeah,
else to check
definitely
out.
100%. Oh, also there was a guy called East Kinder, and his gimmick was he was a sea creature from Iceland who liked to dance to 90s white man pop. East Kinder.
Okay. So this is the Super Potato. It is a guy in a silver ghost outfit. It's basically a bomber jacket, but with a hood that's sewn into it,
Seems real.
with like two holes. But then he does this fucking thing, and he can't see out of it.
I think you should put it on your Instagram. What's your Instagram handle, Luca?
my Instagram handle is, I think it's just Luka Sheehan
Yeah,
or
man.
Luka_Sheehan. Let me have a quick little gander right here.
Actually,
Luka_Sheehan. It'll be in the description and stuff. But we're definitely going to add these so everyone listening
we'll
can
put it
kind of
on
get an
the
understanding.
SlapDuck podcast.
This dude does a fucking flip.
Oh, he does a fucking shooting star press.
That's
That's
sick.
amazing.
And he can't see shit. This guy also, and like the commentator like was screaming after this. It was like,
a-
oh my God, I can't believe
It
it. He
was
like,
Bill, yeah.
so he said something.
I just love that. Luca knows. No. Fucking Sully knows fucking everything about this shit.
Yeah, and I know absolutely nothing.
This is the best. This
Like,
is so good.
So he jumps up, bounces off the top rope, wraps his legs around the guy's like neck,
Yeah.
goes spinning around him basically,
Yeah.
and then flips him onto his back.
Oh, he did like a...
He said it was like a something into a hurricane or something
Yeah,
shit like that.
I don't remember what the first part was. It's definitely like a Hurricane Runner. At the
And
end.
it was like there was a surprising amount of athleticism
Oh, yeah,
for
man.
people that were like dressed up in giant kaiju outfits. There's a guy called the Trash Monster came out.
Nice.
This was where all the budget went, by the way, into this one fucking costume
That's amazing.
because it was
That's
highly
unfortunate.
detailed. It was about 8 foot tall.
Fuck me.
The eyes came out the fucking belly button, basically,
Nice.
and it was actually built like a costume. It was like
actually
bits
30
of trash coming out of it. There was like foam. It was like an actually amazing looking setup. Then the guy following them came out in basically another morph suit. One thing about this company that for some reason they're not figured out yet, they've made enough money, but they didn't think of buying jock straps for anyone. So what you're seeing is tiny little penises
But
the
that-
entire way through the show.
Or is that the point?
Definitely a point.
Maybe you want it to... There was a good female audience there.
No, there definitely wasn't. Because like,
There were a couple.
so I was sitting next to Julian's girlfriend, and when one of the guys in the morph suit comes out, they like stand on the top rope and they kind of like spread eagle, basically like wait, cheering to the crowd. And what you could see is the very faintest silhouette of a tiny fucking penis to the
Nice.
left hand side, just pushed to the side.
When it comes to
Wow.
wrestling,
Yeah.
especially for like these shows, the talent themselves bring their own costumes.
Right, they need to invest in a jock strap or
Yeah, man.
just something like a cup.
Yeah, in the WWE, they make them wear them.
Yeah,
That's-
good
that's-
because it
that's
was really
hilarious.
fucking
Except
inappropriate.
Chris Jericho didn't. He doesn't do that.
Just whips them with his dick.
I mean, don't we all?
He does break the walls down. Breaking down the walls.
Okay, so
Nice.
I mean, there's more to this.
Shit.
You were still here for the sexy police, right?
Oh
yes.
and they were the Aussie Open. They're actually a really good tag team as
So
well.
they're two Australian dudes. Like something happened in it, and there was like they rung this fucking bell.
I'll explain.
No, let me explain because
but
from my point of view,
I'll set it up to you.
Fucking
like I'll explain why they came out.
Please
and
do.
Then Luke
Yeah.
will explain the situation. Basically, East Kinder was was having a singles match with Dust Bunny Roo.
Yes. So it was basically a rabbit covered in dust that they went Bunny Roo.
Yeah.
That's how they used to say the names in
Dust
the
Bunny Roo.
Dust Bunny Roo.
And they're having a one-on-one match. And then out of nowhere, Howl Monkey comes out, and he's like, he's obviously pissed. He's had a few too many.
So this was the monkey that like just kind of sat on Sully and started hugging him.
Yeah.
No.
Oh, he's a real man. Monkey. And he came into the ring. I think he was then. Oh no, that was the earlier match where he tried to tag himself in. He just got into the ring, and I think he broke up one of East Kinder's pins.
Something happened. I don't know.
And then Aussie Open's music hits.
So
And
these two Australian guys, or at least put on Australian accents.
So they are Australian.
They're Australian, okay.
Yeah.
Come out and they're like meant to be the sexy police. And
they were pretty sexy, I'll be honest.
basically what they came out in
The Dunkzilla.
is boots. I think I have a picture of this, and we will definitely post this because it was fucking hilarious.
I've got a video of it, but I don't know if I can post the video.
We can definitely post the video. So they come in what is essentially booty shorts, but the smallest booty shorts you could find, like knee-high kind of socks with like trainers underneath, and like what looks like a stripper police costume from the waist up.
And the crowd was
and they loved bending over, showing off their asses.
And the crowd was cheering, "You look like strippers."
Yeah, and it was fucking funny, man. This was like the funniest part of the whole show for me, was these two guys coming out and really hamming it up to the point where like on one of their asses, right on the butt cheeks, was Australian Open.
Oh, for fun.
I mean, Australian Open is their tag team name.
Yeah, it's so fucking. And at one point, like the drunk monkey comes on and shoots one of the cops.
Oh yeah, he had a gun on him,
Shit.
and by gun it was a finger gun.
It was literally pulled out, like made finger guns with it. That's like
it was a
the
lethal
level.
weapon.
Wow. Yeah. And like the other cop has to give him mouth to mouth, and they made a whole big fucking thing out of it again. It was very funny in a very weird fucking way. Like they kept bending over because they were wearing booty shorts as they were going into the ring, and like they kind of stopped halfway through and started like humping the fucking rope, and then went back in. It was like no one was going, "Ooh, sexy." Everyone was going like, "Oh, this is fucking weird, man."
But amazing at the same
really
time.
Funny somehow. I don't get it, but it just went with the flow.
And then East Kinder and Dust Bunny Roo hit them both with spears.
Oh shit!
Yeah, man. Spear.
love spears.
But then East Kinder sort of took advantage of the distraction and beat Dust Bunny Roo.
Yeah, I don't think we need to like talk through that kind of stuff because
I mean,
I could barely keep up, and I was there.
If you want to get in the know about Kaiju Big Battle,
Just search Kaiju Big Battle.
Yeah, fucking, I'm gonna buy their DVDs.
So I'm just gonna show George the Burger Bear.
Burger Bear.
That is the sickest fucking costume I've ever seen.
Yeah, so that was the Burger Bear, and this was the Thor Pixie.
No, it's Space Ranger Roo. She's the grand champion.
Oh, it's Space Ranger. Dude.
Or was it Space Power Ranger Roo?
I don't fucking know because that was the yellow one.
No, wasn't that Bear Ranger?
I thought it was Bunny Roo.
No, that's Dust Bunny Roo.
Oh,
this is the problem. I was there and I couldn't follow the shit that was going on.
It's an American company that's like making a joke out of like Japanese and Korean
basically.
stuff. Yeah.
Oh my god.
Yeah, the whole thing
It's
was just
amazing.
English joke after English joke.
That's
basically.
so fucking hilarious.
The best person the entire night was the referee.
Oh, John.
Yeah. John the referee.
Yeah,
so they would start every match up by doing like 3, 2, 1, and then would say Fighto. But the guy would kind of
He'd leap into
the fucking air. So he'd like throw his hands up, he'd go 1, 2, and on 3 he would jump into the air like as high as fucking possible, and he would come crash landing down on his knees on the thing, slam the floor and scream out Fighto.
Sick.
It was absolutely mental.
John's top notch. He's top ref at Progress Wrestling.
It was the weirdest fucking thing. Like the whole night was strange. Like it was a great night, and I feel like if I had turned up after a few beers, I would have been fully fucking in.
Yeah.
but I didn't. I was only having beers there, and there was not. I couldn't drink them fast enough.
I think the shame was they opened doors late.
Yeah,
if
really
they'd
did.
opened doors on time, like you could have gotten like a beer or two in.
Yeah, definitely.
And I think it would have been even better, and I would have bought merch.
But I saw Sully do something that I've never seen him do before. So we got into the fucking. They finally opened the doors, and it was like 20 minutes before the event was meant to start, and there was no allocated seats. So you went to go in and find them. Also, they weren't checking tickets, so everyone was fucking running straight in. And like we're going in and they were checking bags. So I look back and like they were checking Gemma's bag. I look forward and Sully with the biggest fucking grin on his face was at the door. I was like, come on. So I went after him. He ran so fucking fast into that thing, I was like, to get a seat.
Get the best seats, bro. Get the
and
best
seats. And he was like, where should we
house.
sit? I was like, wherever you want to sit, I don't mind. He was like, nowhere. And he running around like a headless fucking chicken, like a boy on Christmas Day.
I'm like a child when I go to a wrestling.
It was absolutely
honestly
fucking amazing.
Going to the single happiest time I am in my life is when I'm watching wrestling live.
Yeah,
like
you could see it on his face.
I
he was just grinning
have
into
never
it the entire time.
like. Listen, I've been in love before, but nothing has made me happier than going to wrestling shows. Even rubbish, even the shit SmackDowns and Raws WWE puts on at the O2 Arena, I am always so happy.
Oh, now that fucking hell.
It was like a kid on Christmas.
That's
it was
my shit.
so lovely to see. And we were just sitting
That's my
there.
shit.
And like every time a wrestler come out, he was just like grinning ear to ear, going for the fucking high fives.
Yeah,
it was
man.
like, yeah.
Oh,
I've
man,
also never had seats that good.
Right.
Like I've been to bigger shows, but because obviously it's a WWE show, they obviously have barriers and stuff.
Yeah.
And it's harder to, and also it's a wrestling thing. The way they set up the cameras, you always walk more on the right hand side,
Right.
and you always move more to your right. So I was always sat on the left hand side, so you could never like get eye five from the wrestlers. But this time, now they're like, fuck it, whatever. Howl monkey.
There was no cameras.
Yeah.
So there was like a guy taking photos of the event probably for their social thing, but there was no filming going on. This was just an event that they like put together after like a day's show that was like going on for a while. Yeah, it was fun. It's sort of thing that like if we did it again, I would go to a bar beforehand, and just kind of get ready for it because I was not expecting how intense the fans were.
Oh yeah,
like they were chanting, they were wearing fucking merch there from like these characters, and it's the sort of thing that if you see it out of context, you'd imagine it was just some like shit cosplay, but it's not because these guys are like full-on athletes and they're bouncing around and stuff, and there's such a fan base behind it. Like this was at Alexandra Palace. This wasn't like some shitty tiny venue. This is fucking Ali Pali. And it was like round.
That's sick.
Which was fucking weird, but great. But that was my first experience at a fucking wrestling match. And I think it was probably a great first experience at a wrestling match.
And I'm gutted that I couldn't go.
That's all right.
Oh, we're definitely going to again then for you to go.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, we'll go there.
I'll
find just as... I don't think I'll find anything just as... what's the word?
Mental.
Weird as that.
Yeah.
I could probably find something with even more athletic, crazy shit they could do.
Yeah, because that's kind of what I liked about it. It was like when they was actually doing the wrestling athletic stuff, you could see like them really come out to it, and it looked great. But then there was lots of like the drama stuff, which I really wasn't into.
Yeah, and I can see that. I think because I'd never watched anything from this company before. I literally, because one of the companies was the one I did wrestling training with, and the other one was Kaiju Big Battle, and I was like, this looks fucking weird. Let's go. And I didn't realize they'd have like all this backstory and fucking the Intergalactic Championship and the Intergalactic President. And
there's a whole fucking thing.
Double Dark Unicorn, Double Dark Poet. I don't remember.
The unicorns, like the cube head guy had these like zombie minions that followed him around this fucking thing.
And Double Dark Pony was his boss, I believe.
Yeah, I didn't really get that either. And then at the end they pulled off his like box head and was like, this is what he looks like. Yeah, looks like at the end. It was like basically some stockings on his head that they painted green. Down to like two like legs falling off. That was exactly what it was.
Because I was like, I wonder who was wrestling as him that day.
So, you know what this probably sounds like to everybody listening right now?
A fucking acid trip.
No. when I fucking talk about anime. Like,
Yeah.
it's just
Oh, yeah.
all the time. It's just like, what the fuck do you mean?
Yeah, this is like I'm kind of. It's just weird because I've experienced it, but I still have no fucking idea what
Yeah.
happened.
That's amazing. That's right up my fucking street.
Yeah.
I'd love that
Yeah,
shit.
and it was mental, and it's like it was a good laugh, but be prepared if they ever come back to the UK, you go something like that for the fans.
Yeah.
Like they are fully like the characters are walking down, and they're fully shouting abuse at the bad guys
Yeah.
and cheering on the good
Give them
guys.
the middle finger. That's a very British thing, though.
Yeah,
I think I mean, I'm gonna go off on a tangent. The British wrestling scene is probably the hottest scene right now. The hottest growing and most like fervent one. Like the US, they don't really have anything. They have WWE, and they've got some other smaller companies.
Is that because WWE is so
yeah,
prevalent?
they're so big, and also just America's such a big country.
Mm.
It's hard to like. I mean, fucking, you've got one company that does some stuff in Georgia, but you're not going to experience that in New York. There's a completely different company for that.
Oh yeah.
Whereas the British wrestling scene, it's so easy to get everywhere here. And the fans can go like I've been to Liverpool for a show.
Damn.
Like it was a WWE show, or I went to Birmingham on my own to go watch a show, and it was sick.
This is crazy because if like, a band's doing a gig and it's like, oh, it's only up in like Manchester, I'm like, I can't be asked to travel for that.
Yeah.
I might love the band, but
Wow, really?
it's like I always just wait for them to come to London, probably because I'm in London and
Yeah.
I'm normally lucky enough that they do. But
I think that's probably different for you as well, because you've probably have you lived here all your life?
yeah,
Yeah.
Born
So
and raised in London,
Yeah.
East London.
Yeah.
So for me, I grew up in Birmingham. So if there's ever a show in Birmingham, I'm like, oh sweet, I can just go home.
Yeah,
And if there's a show here, I'm like, oh sweet, just stay here.
yeah, and like
luckily I've got people. Oh, I didn't even think about that. I've got people that I know and love living in cities.
Right.
Like I live here in
Yeah.
London.
Mm.
My family live in Birmingham, and my brother lives in Manchester, and some good friends of mine live in like Bath and Swindon
Nice.
and all these places.
Mm.
And
So you
I've
got
got a friend
people-
in Edinburgh.
Yeah.
So like
Yeah.
I could stay at you. Can I stay at your guys? Can I stay at your house, please?
yeah.
Please.
You'll write your song.
I'll write you a song.
Oh,
Damn, go hard on that. Go
Go-
ham.
go hard, go home. But yeah, because they were saying in like the show, like who lives in London. A bunch of people kind of like and then there was like who doesn't live in London, and it was
Fucking
massive.
ear piercing.
It was
yeah.
like-
Wow.
It was like 2 times as many people didn't live in London that were at this kind of event.
No
They
way.
travelled down for this event.
That's amazing.
It's sick. Yeah. I describe British wrestling fans as they're just as loud and excited as you'd think teenage girls at a like a One Direction concert.
Yeah,
They're not like fucking like, oh my god, I want to fucking get banged by you.
Well, yeah, okay.
It's true.
All right.
But
depends on the fans.
But they're loud and they're very, but also everyone's so, I don't know if you guys experience like talking with anyone else there, but whenever I've been to a show, everyone's just so nice.
Yeah, I mean, the people did seem nice. They were just it definitely looked like a community of people that like knew each other from these events kind of things. Like I remember at the end I was like just stand there kind of look at it like because everyone after the wrestling was done fucking got up and started doing a fucking conga line around.
Really, that's
the thing.
sick.
It went really weird. People like stealing the weird like boxes that were meant to represent the buildings, putting them on the fucking head and walking out the place down
That's
the road with
sick.
them. Like we had to ride the bus back with some of these guys, and they were like fucking chanting on the bus home. It was weird.
It's amazing.
And I remember just standing there looking really fucking confused. One of the guys just looked at me and was like, "I feel exactly how you look right now." I was like,
Yeah.
"Right, I'm not alone." Cool.
I've only ever had one bad experience at a wrestling show, and that's because the guy was like an old dude who was absolutely fucking hammered,
All right.
and security had to take him out.
Oh wow.
But like every other time I've experienced, like even when I've gone on my own, I was wearing a cool hoodie, and everyone loved the hoodie. I was getting high fives. They were like, "Oh, let's go out for beers afterwards."
oh
And
man,
like,
that's sick.
It's very late. I'll come out for one, and I'll have a Diet Coke, please. But no, I genuinely, I think it's because there's it's a perception that I I think is rightly so, that wrestling's this really weird thing. And for so many years, it's been associated with the WWE's Attitude Era, where they were swearing and bleeding everywhere, and women were fucking
Objects.
Yeah.
And I understand why people are a bit like, oh, wrestling's a bit fucking weird, isn't it? But I think it's the same with people who go to like Comic-Con and stuff, where it's like, to the outside world, it's so weird, but all these people love this thing, and they're like, it's like, even if I've never met this person, I've got this common interest where it's like, fucking,
you share something that you love.
I also want to bang Burger Bear.
I literally just remembered this thing where it's like a Japanese wrestling thing. I think you probably know what it is.
DDT Pro, probably.
I don't know, but like it made me laugh because it was almost like the passing of the torch for this one guy.
Nice.
And like two guys were involved, obviously. And one of them got pinned, and the referee was like, he did one, and then it kind of went black, and on the screen it was like the backstory of everything.
I remember
what?
that. Yeah.
Like, oh my god, this is amazing.
Yeah.
Two, it went back more into his past and stuff, and then like he won, and all like crying and stuff.
It's honestly like I think it's just the perfect medium to tell fucking weird but also cool stories. Like, you've got the stupid shit like the WWE where it's custody of Rey Mysterio's son in a ladder match.
Yeah, that's a fucking thing.
There's stupid shit like that. And then you've got fucking Double Dark Unicorn. You've got a show I went to in Bethnal Green, and there's a guy called Kota Ibushi, who is arguably one of the best wrestlers in the world. And this is when he was doing his, you know what, fuck it, I'm gonna go around the world and do random shows.
Sick.
He
You can do it. Why not?
got on. They went outside whilst they were wrestling. They went out of the venue. They were fighting. They got on top of a car. Someone gave him a firework.
What?
Yeah, he lit the firework. He shot half of it into the sky. It wasn't a big one. It was like a small one.
Yeah.
Sure.
He shot most of it into the sky and then pointed at himself. And I think I have the picture on my phone. I think I'll put it on the Instagram. I'll look for it whilst you guys are talking. And it was the fucking weirdest thing in the world. And this guy's wrestled for the WWE. And he's just fucking pointing fireworks at himself. And he's currently IWGP Intercontinental Champion, which is the big titles in Japan.
Okay. Right. So
Yeah, it's
Fuck,
that
okay.
shit
Yeah.
Sick.
happens.
Like,
So
what the fuck?
it feels like wrestling is kind of like an athletic soap opera.
Yeah,
That's always what it's been.
yeah.
Has it?
I've known that for a while.
But now it's less trash.
Right.
Yeah. It's
Yeah.
just like people do describe it as the as like EastEnders for like dudes, and like not to be like
No, I
not
get
to
where
be
you're
like a
coming from.
dick. Like, I don't mean to be like, oh, you know, only women watch EastEnders.
I like
or only
that.
women watch this. Like
Hmm.
everybody watches everything, whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
Love Phil
You know.
Mitchell.
I've got a gun, Phil.
Get my stick your hook and get my pub.
What?
That was meant to be Peggy Mitchell. I
Is
don't
that meant
feel
to be
well.
Cockney?
You know what? Everything's Cockney if you think about it.
Everything's Cockney if you think about it.
The more you know.
Oh yeah, you guys carry on.
But yeah, like the crowd and the way that everyone was brought together definitely reminds me of like a Comic-Con or like a concert of you got
Yeah.
all these different people that in real life probably have nothing in common, but you come to this one place because you all love this one thing,
Yeah.
and that's people bonding over. Like I've been to gigs that are definitely like that. You end up chatting to people because you're here for the same reason.
Mm.
You have something to kind of connect over.
Have you got any gig stories? Because I've got one gig story that I want to mention.
Go for it.
I
It's
love
not like-
gigs.
It's not like it's not like a massive story. It's just like a tiny thing that happened when I went to see the Foo Fighters last year.
Ooh,
And so we were watching Dave Grohl being Dave Grohl,
love it.
like legend of
Mm.
he's so great.
Such a great man.
And I can't remember what song it was. It might have been Best of You, or it might have been before.
I love Best of You.
But we were all like, I was with my brother, and we were like moshing and like enjoying the show. And then this guy like bumped into me, and I was like, oh, it's a gig. This is gonna happen, kind of thing. But then like we realized that he wasn't actually bumping. He was trying to get through the crowd. I'm like, oh shit. So we move out the way, and then I turn and look at his face. His face was just covered in blood.
What?
And I was like, oh my God, what the fuck
Yeah.
happened to this guy?
Get this guy to the front. So like an ambulance or something.
Honestly, like his face was just pouring full of blood. And I was like, fuck. And like, he kind of had his girlfriend by the hand, and like, he was being led out by her. And I was like, fucking hell. I'm at a Foo Fighters gig. Like, is it really that hard? Shit, man.
Yeah,
It's madness.
wouldn't have thought it would be like that crazy.
No, but
Actually, a recent gig that I was at for a band called Bad Flowers, like beginning of April.
I feel like I've heard of that.
I think I've spoken about it on the podcast before.
Maybe, yeah.
Really great band. Like I'd say like modern day kind of like emo-esque, like My Chemical Romance kind of style, but like modern production. Really fucking cool band. Like really great music. And there was a bunch of people like trying to mosh behind me, but it was a tiny venue, like maybe 400 people there.
Yeah.
So you got like this group of maybe 30 people trying to mosh behind, but they were all like 16, 17, 18. And like skinny dudes, just kind of first time probably at a fucking gig trying to let off steam.
Nice.
And one of them tried to push me. I just didn't move because he wasn't really that strong. And I just kind of looked around at him and they all just stopped and said sorry. And I was like, dude, it's fine, don't worry. And they just enjoyed themselves. But it felt like super weird.
Ugh. He felt like the old man of the group.
I was like, I was you 10 years ago.
What?
10 years ago.
I'm 25 in a few
old.
weeks.
You're 25?
In a few weeks, yeah.
You're 25?
Fucking old man.
I look like a baby, right?
Nah.
No.
I look older than you.
I'm only 25. What? You ate shit.
Yeah, I'm 24, man. I mentioned that last podcast.
Mm.
did.
I'm 24 now.
Yeah.
And I don't feel any different.
I don't think you do. You don't like wake up one birthday and go, oh, I'm feeling old now.
I feel like every year my beard grows a bit differently, though.
You think? Does it get thicker or just
kinda like-
differently?
Because on one side, it's more defined than the other.
Yeah.
Right.
So I feel like it kind of like one
Evens
of them
out.
catches up, but one of them
Oops.
gets even better.
So do you think?
so it's really annoying.
Do you think by next year the other side will be more defined?
Yeah.
And then like after another year the bottom gets more defined, and then you eventually look like fucking someone from 300.
Like Ragnar Lothbrok from Vikings.
Oh.
Yeah, just
Knowledge.
thought I'd say.
God, I that's a show that I want to start
Oh, it's
watching.
got Edge in it.
Oh, speaking of shows, that I
Oh.
recommend to you guys. I'm going to put the guitar down for a second.
Let's
put
you
You're not going to tell us the story in song?
All right, I will.
Go! Play me a song, bud.
Let me take you on a journey. There's a show that I've been watching recently, right?
Yeah.
And it's on BBC One or BBC iPlayer, whatever you want to see. And it goes by the name of Fleabag.
I've heard of the name.
I've heard the name.
It's sick. It's the best show ever. Oh, honestly, like it's only 2 seasons,
Right.
and it's so well written. And the annoying thing is, I don't want to tell you guys much about it because it's such a pleasant surprise when you watch it.
Okay.
So it's like, I don't want to tell you guys, but I want to tell.
Tell us a little bit like the first episode or
Synopsis.
Synopsis it.
So-
for us.
Synapse.
Synopsize it?
Oh, okay, I'll
I'm
synopsis.
taking my
Words,
drugs
kind
whilst you
of.
do this.
I'll try and do a synopsis. Basically, it follows this woman.
Mm.
She doesn't have a name. You don't really. She doesn't like her name is not mentioned in the show.
Okay.
But if you look it
I
up on
respect
Google,
that.
it's called. Her name's Fleabag.
Okay.
That's her name. But it's basically you kind of going through her life and her relationships with her sister and her family and like that kind of stuff.
Mm.
And it's just it. It's so fun. Oh, it's so good.
Okay.
It's so good, and I don't want to like.
So what is the core story? Is it a detective thing? Is it just a comedy thing?
It's a bit.
I get shameless vibes from it.
Shameless.
Shameless.
Oh.
I've only ever watched the
I've
US
never seen
Shameless.
Shameless, so I don't really know.
I've never watched either, but I've seen the adverts for both.
Right.
So I've watched the American one. The American one's really cool. Not a big. The UK one just seems a bit close to home, so it's not something that I really want to watch.
Okay, fair.
Like I feel like I grew up with people very much in that situation, so it's not something that I want to kind of watch and laugh at.
Yeah, okay.
But I think because it's the American version is like so distant from what I've
Americanized.
experienced, that
Yeah.
I can enjoy that.
But yeah, like Fleabag is, it kind of, I like to see it as, you know, Scrubs.
Yeah.
Yes.
Scrubs was like comedy show
Mm.
through and through until you got to those episodes that were like Laverne dying or
George
Dr.
dies.
Cox's friend dying
Yeah.
or like just some of the relationship stuff got like proper
Yeah, when it got-
intimate
Yeah.
and serious and it was no longer a comedy show and it's more like, oh shit, I feel for these people.
Yeah,
this,
it's
is,
life.
this is interesting.
Yeah.
That's like Fleabag is 2 seasons. It does all of that in like the first episode,
Yeah.
second
Damn.
episode. It's sick.
All right.
It's so good, and the format is brilliant. It used to be a stage production,
Ooh.
and it was like it was called Fleabag. And it
Oh.
was I can't remember the name of the woman it was written by, but she's brilliant. She plays the main character. She wrote it and she produced it, I
Oh, wow.
think, and she's just brilliant. She's so funny. I would love to meet you, but I can't remember your name.
We will get R&D on that.
I'm gonna look into it.
Okay, cool.
Uh,
But it's like,
continue.
I don't want to, because the whole charm
Phoebe
of
Waller-Bridge.
that's the one.
Oh yes,
I know her.
I've heard of her.
Her,
Yeah,
like,
yeah, I don't know her.
the format of the show is so charming that I don't want to say what
Yeah.
the format is.
Okay.
Okay.
So like it's best to go in completely blind
Yeah.
and just take all the comedy in.
Absorb that boy.
It's sick.
A little bit of like somewhat news for her that you may or may not enjoy. Bond 25, I think she's going to co-write it.
Yeah.
Huh?
She's co-writing Bond 25,
What's Bond 25?
the new Bond movie.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
We're gonna get a good Bond movie finally.
I mean, Skyfall was fucking killer, don't even.
I mean,
Skyfall was fucking
Skyfall
brilliant.
was a good movie. Was Skyfall a good Bond movie?
I mean, the fact that it was a good movie means it was a good Bond movie.
Was
'cause-
Skyfall a good movie though?
Yeah.
Really? There was that whole middle section where they did about fuck all.
No, I really liked Skyfall.
It was like, hi, I'm Javier Bardem. What's up?
I see. I loved all that kind
Javier
of stuff.
Bardem was great, but not when fucking Daniel Craig turns up on an island and they spend about 20 minutes not doing anything.
What do you mean not doing it? They
Don't
told you
do
so
anything.
much in that. You need to watch that movie again, man.
I might have to watch it again. I only
Yeah.
watched it twice.
Also, some amazing cinema. The fucking Shanghai section where he's in like the building and there's like,
Oh yeah.
it's so beautiful.
I-
That assassin fight.
I think, what's the movie has soured me on Bond?
Quantum of Solace.
No. The one after Skyfall.
Oh, Spectre.
Spectre soured me on Bond because that movie is hot shit. Not good, but not good hot shit. Cold, like bad.
Oh,
Shit.
this is one of Sully's opinions. So I actually didn't mind it.
Spectre's a bad movie.
No, I didn't mind it. I didn't think it was amazing.
It's a bad movie.
I don't want to call it a bad movie. Like for me, I'd give it just a solid 3 stars. I think it's not amazing,
Really?
not terrible.
That
It's
many?
just a solid movie.
I don't.
Three
Think,
maybe.
I can't remember the last time I watched a Bond movie and enjoyed myself.
Oh.
I'm not really. I don't think I'm much of a Bond fan.
Neither am I. But
I think I'm a Bond
I like
boy
the newer ones. I mean,
I'm a Bond boy.
because my dad loves Bond.
see, my
so
dad
we'll watch.
absolutely adores James Bond. He's always like, if they're on TV, he's always got them
Yeah.
on, like
Hmm.
in the background. But
The background.
the background.
Wow.
Oh, I was like,
You
am
confirm-
I going to be friends with this guy now?
You confirming Black James Bond?
I would love that.
Idris?
I was so down for Idris Elba to be Bond.
Or even David
yeah,
Oyelowo.
I think he'd like.
I mean,
think it would work for
Luther,
him
he's
really
fantastic
well.
as Luther. So I mean, I think it
I
would
like
work.
David Oyelowo as well. I think he'd be a good Bond.
Yeah.
I know people were like, oh, but he's too posh to be Bond. I'm like, yeah, but
Or I mean,
David Oyelowo.
somewhat connected to that
Wasn't he
is
the guy in Get Out? Or am I thinking of someone else?
That was,
Daniel Kaluuya.
yeah.
That's it. Sorry.
He was in
D in
Selma.
the name.
Selma.
Yeah, and Gringo. Gringo was good.
I didn't like Ringo.
I think Gringo was good.
Someone that I think would make an amazing Bond, and I always thought
John Boyega.
more than Bond.
Troy Baker.
John Boyega.
No, he's
yeah.
too young now.
Yeah.
Yeah, he could be a young Bond.
I don't think you
You
could.
could
do young Bond now.
you could retcon Bond and make him black. Like this is his backstory.
Yeah, I think that would
Here's
just be
the-
like that would.
Probably be racist.
Nah, I mean, you'd get a lot of hate behind that.
I just
but
like the
yeah.
idea that
But,
the
oh well.
name Bond is just a name.
Like Batman.
Yeah, so do
is
I.
a symbol.
Yeah, it's a symbol.
Yeah, I like the idea of that. Like Bond could literally just be like
Although
anyone.
no one can replace Judi Dench's my Q. M.
But no, someone that I think could be an amazing James Bond, and personally think, and I'm shocked that they've not done an Alex Cross movie with him as the lead, because I think I went through a phase of like a year and I read through like every Alex Cross book, which is, I don't know if any of you know Alex
Who
Cross.
wrote them?
James Patterson.
Okay, yeah, I know.
So
I
like
know of
everyone
them.
that's been to an airport has seen his stuff
Yeah.
because that's like his kind of books. So they made a couple of movies.
Actually, spy type stuff.
No, it's
Oh.
police stuff.
Yeah.
So like he's a detective.
Police Noughts. That game by Hideo Kojima.
No.
That
What?
game before he made Metal Gear. Police Noughts.
Is it like
By Konami.
Psychonauts, but with police?
I don't know. Carry on.
Okay, so they made two of the books into movies with Morgan Freeman, which I think wasn't great casting, but that's personal.
That's not very nice.
No, I think I like Morgan Freeman,
I
but the actual
Morgan
character,
Freeman.
I think Morgan Freeman was too old and just not the kind of
Doesn't
character
seem
that I
like a
imagined.
badass.
Yeah, he's meant to be kind of pretty cool and badassery. But
And you're saying that Morgan Freeman isn't cool?
He's
or
kind of like a
badass?
dad now.
he's like a dad. I always feel like Morgan Freeman's a dad more than anything.
Okay.
Oh,
They
God.
were called Kiss the Girls
God.
and Along Came a Spider.
I like spiders.
Don't know if you've
I
seen any of
don't like
those.
Kiss the
spiders.
girls
And-
and made them cry.
I like kissing
That's
girls,
Georgie
but not
Porgy.
spiders.
Sorry, George.
Pudding and
Oh, is it bringing back memories for you?
yeah.
Oh, sorry,
I'm
mate.
sorry.
But I remember actually loving Along Came a Spider, and then watched the movie, and the movie was utter trash in comparison. But like a lot of like movies based on a novel, you can't do all that kind of right. But the person I think that should play Alex Cross and would make an amazing Bond is, I'm gonna ruin his name. I'm really sorry about this. Chitwell Ejiofor.
Oh.
Chitwell.
Is that not how you pronounce
No,
it?
it's Chiwetel.
Is it?
He's
Chiwetel Ejiofor. I think.
Thank you.
he's
I
done a
thought
lot
Chitwell.
of good stuff.
Yeah, so the first time I ever saw him in something was Serenity, the Firefly movie that he did.
Haha.
He was an assassin in there, and I thought he was absolutely fucking brilliant. Then he did
Chiwetel Ejiofor. Sorry, I'm just
Sure.
showing him the how to spell his
Oh
name.
no, I mean I definitely got it wrong, and I knew I was going to get it wrong.
Chitwell.
Sorry, guys.
Chitwell.
Chitwell.
I mean, yeah.
Hey, yo, Chitwell.
How you doing? I'm doing Chitwell.
Guys, want to introduce us to a new special guest, Chitwell.
Hey, I was in 11 years, kind of a slave.
12 years.
Because it's kind of not,
Oh.
because it's not his name. I made it a different name for the film.
Yeah.
Do you see what I did?
No, could you really explain it to me?
Yeah, okay. So his name is Chiwetel.
Right.
You called him Chitwell.
Right.
So Chiwetel was in 12 Years a Slave.
Right.
Chitwell could have been 11 and a half years, kind of a slave.
Did it
Right.
also star Leonard DiPricio?
Yeah, Leonard
Oh.
DiPricio.
Fuck
He was
Christ.
also in, what was that film?
The Devenant.
And Django Chained Up.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I loved Brett Pad's cameo in that movie.
I
I loved
Jesus.
him in 9.
Oh, fuck me.
Oh, I really want to carry on that, but
Yeah.
carry on, mate. Yeah.
No, I just think you'd make amazing Bonds.
No, he's a really
Yeah,
fucking good
he's
actor.
gruff.
Like in 12 Years a Slave, like honestly, like I mean, he was also in Doctor Strange,
Yeah.
but 12 Years a Slave really was like fucking hell.
That
This
was
guy's
his
good.
Yeah, I mean,
His
I've not
filmography.
seen him in something that I thought he's not good in. And I think if we're going to do a Bond, I think he's the right age for it as well.
Yeah. Idris is a bit old, and he's a big lad.
He's a big lad.
massive.
And I think it'd be like a gruffer Bond. Because I think after Luther, that's how I'd imagine his Bond being.
Yeah.
And I fucking love him in Luther, but I guess it's very much a different character. But yeah, I think
Yeah.
Ejiofor would be amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's-
That's his Bond.
just my 5 cents right there.
Sorry.
That's just my 5 cents right there, sugar.
What was that meant to?
Oh my god.
I
was that-
don't know.
Is he trying to be?
You
like
better
he's
get
from
out of my saloon right now,
he's
or
from-
I'm gonna get John Wayne on your ass.
John Wayne.
I'm
John
gonna wrap
Wayne.
this thing up right now. I do think that we should wrap this up right now.
Oh, okay. Well, I
I
just want to tell y'all that you can find the SlapDuck podcast on Spotify, SoundCloud. You can probably find us over there on RadioHaver.com at 8 p.m. on a Tuesday in this place called Greenwich Mean Time.
In,
Oh my god.
in
oh my
London,
God.
England.
Oh my god, like I moved out from like a small town in Texas and now I live in like
fuck are you talking about?
Oh my God,
You just
I-
won't stop talking.
I'm
oh my God, we're trying to
sorry.
end the show.
Oh my God.
Leave it alone. Oh my God. You can catch us on Spotify, iTunes, Acast, Radio Haver at 8 p.m. Greenwich Mean Time. Where else? Fucking SoundCloud. I don't even know, but have a good day, I guess.
The fucking face you were pulling the entire time.
It was that. That's
oh my
what
god.
fucking, like, set me off.
Oh my god, you look like the fucking Joker with that face.
What do you mean?
Oh my god.
Oh my god.